often talk on this show, don't we, about the clotheads that we have to deal with in the daily news. You know, the ones that say all the wrong thing at all the wrong time. I mean, over here, we've currently got a Labour Party conference, and it's very strange because, you know, you can just see right through these people, and the public are not daft. And the bottom line is, when you have two of the main contenders taking the knee for the Black Lives Matter movement, whichever way you look at it, you've lost 50% of your audience. That's the bigger problem now for these two next stories, let me tell you, because over in the world of Disney, things are turning into disastrous. They are going so bad with their movies that are going out and simply bombing, even on their streaming sites, even on their streaming service and their own channel, they've got mega problems. But remember when you used to go to a Disney park, it was seen as a treat. I've been lucky enough to film at a couple of Disney parks, and they're magical when you think about it. You know, the real effort that everybody puts in to making sure everybody thoroughly enjoys their time. You can't knock that enthusiasm. But numbers are dramatically down. Now, some people might say, as our Disney trying to spin this particular story, it's all down to a cost of living crisis. No, it's all down to the wokery. It's the bottom line is, people don't like what they're seeing, particularly the agenda in their much well-loved movies like Snow White, which is coming out next year, totally different to the Snow White that everybody bought into and loved. So the parks, as I say, could either be facing closure, or more importantly, they're hoping by heavily discounting, starting from November right through to next spring, that things will pick up. But is it truly going to work for Disney, or are they simply heading for even more disaster? It's certainly not the company that Walt Disney wanted or indeed built, but isn't it strange how a few at the top can get it so wrong, but as ever, seemingly applauded? Likewise, if you were at the theatre, the Sondheim Theatre, last week here in London for that spectacular West End musical, yes, Les Miserables, and you saw these people, the Just Stop Oil protesters, ruining it for literally everybody in the theatre. Well, guess what? A theatre producer has come out and allegedly has 22 years experience in the business, yes, but we've never heard of any of her productions, and she said that we should support the Just Stop Oil people, and she's written an open letter to all the producers and actors explaining the reasons behind that. Now, the cynic in me might suggest, as I say, that not many people have heard of this particular lady, and by writing this ridiculous letter, which has offended many people, quite honestly, in the theatrical world, well, it lets people know she exists. But more importantly, as I said at the start of this video, just proves what a dim-witted person she is. Because the bottom line is, the other night has cost those producers big. They're going to have to give refunds out to many of the patrons, lost, of course, train tickets, overnight stays in hotels. People are complaining in a big way, all thanks to some nutters deciding to get up and wave flags in the middle of a performance that has nothing to do with the alleged cause. And by the way, what's interesting here is a gentleman recently outside Bristol University decided to spray this orange, yes, this clothead, and then was surprised when he got arrested by 3 policemen, now facing a heavy fine and hopefully some time behind bars. As ever, I'd love to know what you think to these particular stories. Is it right for Disney to go down this destructive path? Or do you agree with this particular person who's written an open letter all about Just Stop Oil protesting at big venues and big musical events? Where will it stop? And how angry would you be if you'd paid £80 plus for a ticket? Do let me know in the comments below. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.